Well, welcome back to the vlog, everybody. It's so good to see you all again. I hope that your day has started out absolutely amazing. Well, we picked up a couple things from where we were at the other day, and I'm going to show you one of them today. Alright, here's the deal. So, after I picked these up, I got so excited to install this one in particular thing. I forgot to film installing it, but I'm going to show it to you and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So, what I picked up the other day was this. That's right, a Victron DC to DC charge controller. Now, the reason why I picked this up is because, well, you've seen in a few of my videos, the trees get in the way of the sun and it stops me from getting solar power. And I gotta tell you what, I really love this thing because, boy, this baby really kicks out. This is a 12-12 30 amp charger and it puts out 360 watts. And man, I only have 300 watts of solar on my roof, and this thing puts out more power than those solar panels. Now, this is the isolated model. And the reason why I went with isolated is that the non-isolated version, there seem to be problems with them interfering with your radio and other electronic devices because all ground wires feed back to a common ground. Whereas like with the isolated one, it has its own dedicated ground, avoiding all that problem. They pushed real hard because it is cheaper to buy the non-isolated version. I did plenty of reading and you can do the same to see what'll work for you, but I highly recommend the isolated version. That way you don't have any problems. You have to run a little bit more wire, but other than that, you know, that's not such a big deal, really. All right, well, let's step out here and I'll just kind of show you real quick how I installed this. All right, underneath the hood here, so what I did was I ran a cable from the battery right here up to the fuse right here, and then I ran the wire all the way back from the fuse all the way back to the DC to DC charge controller. And then I did the same thing with the negative cable. I hooked it up to the battery and ran it back to the charge controller as well. And I ran it down through here. You see where the cables came out right there from the battery, and then along the frame all the way back to the very back, and then I drilled 2 holes up from the bottom and then fed the wires up through there, and then put them right into the DC to DC charge controller. And then from the DC to DC charge controller, I ran the wiring to another fuse and then to the batteries. And all I did was I took the charge controller and I mounted it to a piece of plywood back behind here that I already had everything else on. I have never really felt it get too hot. It does get a little bit warm, but not extremely hot. And one of the best parts about it is it's Bluetooth, so I can actually pull this up on my phone and control it from there. So let's jump in here and take a look at the app and I'll show you how to get it. All you have to do is go to the Play Store. In the Play Store, type up at the top Victron Connect. And right there is Victron Connect. All you do is install that. And then once you have it installed, you'll see it listed right there, the Orion Smart Charger. Click on that. It opens it up. You can see everything that's going on there. And then in the app, you can flip over here and you can see up at the top here, it's got alternator type, it's got smart alternator, and it's got regular alternator. So you can use either or depending on what you have. And you can set all your different parameters for your battery. Now, I have Battleborn lithium batteries installed, but the best part is this works for all types of your deep cycle batteries. All right, so if we go into the Victron Connect app, it's showing that the starter battery is at 13.7 volts and the voltage being charged at my leisure batteries are 13.9 volts. And then if I switch over to the graph, it'll show you the 3 different stages of charging. You got bulk, absorption, and flow charge. That way you know where you're at in the mix when you're charging your batteries. I also installed a Victron Smart Shunt. So if we go over to the Victron Smart Shunt and take a look at what's going on, we can see we are currently charging at 384 watts. So that is really good. And this Smart Shunt, this is something that I really highly recommend because if you really want to know what's going on, well, this is kind of like putting gas in your vehicle and not having a working gas gauge. The Smart Shunt is awesome to be able to see exactly what your power usage is, how much you're charging at, basically everything that you need to know when it comes to charging your batteries. Now, the reason why I got this DC to DC charge controller is because I wanted something that was going to work with a smart alternator or a regular alternator. This will work for either or. You can pull it up and take a look. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check this out, but I got to tell you, this was definitely the answer for charging my batteries. Matter of fact, I think I'll probably be switching everything over to Victron. I'm very impressed with the Victron products. They are solidly made. I mean, when you pick this up and you feel this, this thing feels like a quality piece of equipment. If you have any questions about this whatsoever, please leave me a comment down below and I will definitely get back to you. Installation of this was like super easy. And as time goes by, I'll let you know exactly what my opinion is of this. So far, my opinion is thumbs up. This thing is a winner all the way around. So hopefully this will take care of all my problems when it comes to the big old trees in the forest blocking out my sunshine. If I absolutely need to charge up my batteries, this thing will do it. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get changed here and let's go for a walk. I want to show you around this place a little bit. But yeah, I just kind of gave you a bird's eye view of everything. Look at this around me. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at little Jackson. That little guy right there is responsible for all the dirt in the van. Look at him. He is just digging. Look at that. Can you? Yeah, you. What are you doing? He's like, Dad, I'm just having fun. Yeah, he's just digging in the dirt. He gets all full of dirt and he brings it all back inside the van. I'm gonna have to find a place to do laundry here really quick. I'll tell you, I put one of those little handles on my back door back there, and that makes a great step to get up here on top of the van. If I didn't have that, I really don't know how I'd get up here, boy. I really have to struggle. All right, time to get down. Little Jax and I are gonna go for a walk, and well, hey, we're gonna take you along with us. We are in the beautiful national forest again. It's actually hard to get any work done. It's just so doggone beautiful out here. It's really hard to do it. Little Jax is pulling on my arm again. He's going crazy. He's like, oh, I gotta go, Dad. Come on, buddy. Yeah, talk about somebody that's happy, boy. Oh my gosh, his whole demeanor has definitely changed. He is just like, I don't know, excited like I am every day. It's pretty cool to watch. He just loves running out here. Check out that gnarly tree. Look at that baby. Ooh, that's a good Halloween one right there. Oh, it's all rotted out in the middle. My God, look at how big that is. That is huge. Kind of give you a size perspective. Make a good little doghouse. See? He's already going in. Check it out. See right up inside there. Look at that. Oh. So as you can see, it's pretty deep in here. Ooh, it's hollowed all the way up through the middle. Let me show you. Oh, look at that. Just come right in here. Look right up inside there. Wow, you can see the sky through the top. Come on, you gotta admit, that's pretty neat, isn't it? All right, I seen this tree out here the other day, and I was hoping I'd be able to find it again. And well, quite frankly, I'm pretty impressed that I did. Check this tree out. That must be, I don't know, a 12-point tree. The tree looks like it's got a bunch of horns on it. I don't know. I thought it was neat. Thought I'd show you. Oh, look at that old tree. That baby got uplifted somehow. My golly. That baby was big. But you can see everybody's kind of cut the tree itself off and probably used it for campfire. Must have been a heck of a wind that came through here to blow that baby down. Here's some over here. This is one of the reasons why you need to be careful sometimes where you park. You can see that tree done went and split right off of there. And you would surely hate to have that fall on your rig. That would not be cool. But you look at the one right next to it too, you can see how the bark is stripped off. Yeah, that's kind of bizarre. And up at the top there, well, it's broke off as well. And that's another good point. Make sure that when you're out here, you're cautious about where you park your rig. Yeah, don't want one of those widowmakers to fall on your rig, because that would make for a really bad day. No, I'll be honest with you, I haven't had any problems with that. It just hasn't been an issue because I need solar, so I try not to park around or in trees. Oh, look at all these little nuts. Look at these little acorn nuts. They got like a little radar hat on them. That's kind of cool. Look at that. You know, I hope you all not bored with what I'm showing you. Yeah, just day in the life of Jackson Dennis. But I really just enjoy showing you around where I'm at and be able to let you see what we're seeing and what we're experiencing. That to me is really awesome. Oh, look what we found here. Looks like a green boomerang. Yep, we got a new little toy for Jax. I think Jax will enjoy this. But yeah, I think that's going to be kind of cool for him. What's it called? Yeah, boomerangs.com. Well, at least I found one usable piece of junk out here. Little Jackson and I will have fun playing with it. All right, we're just about back over there. Oh, another thing too. You know, if you come at a low altitude sea level living, if you go from there to up here in the mountains, when I was over in Colorado, that's where I experienced it the most. I was up at about 8,000 to 9,000 feet. And after a few days of being there, I actually started not to feel okay. I actually started to feel kind of funky. Didn't really like that feeling, but apparently I was experiencing some altitude issues. Now, where we're at right now is about 6,700 feet, I reckon, and it's not so bad here. Although if you bend down and bend back up real quick, you're pretty much thinking you're about to take a nap. The world kind of spins a little bit. You know, there's like little paths going back in here everywhere. There's plenty of areas to put your rig in. You just have to find the right one that works out for you. You can see where I'm capped right there. Solar is definitely something that I need. And as you can see, I'm in a nice little open meadow. And you can see where the delineation line is there between the trees showing shadows and the fact that I'm sitting in the sun. What I do when I'm out here, because you do have bears and you got mountain lions and you got other critters running around, I hang my garbage from my roof racks. And that works out really well. It keeps it up off the ground and it keeps it so the animals can't get it. As long as they don't climb up on the van, which, you know, not that big of a deal. So you got some of these here. You can tell that the water comes through. Now this really kind of gives you a really good view. But there's a big, long, I don't know, looks like where the water would run, going all the way down through there. But I don't think I'd want to be back here when it was raining or snow runoff, because boy, I'll tell you, I think you would get stuck. But right over here, this is a meadow where I seen all those elk the other day. That was an absolutely incredible sight. When I opened up that door, the light was barely up. Oh, I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. And I did consider parking here, which had I had parked here, I would have been in the middle of all those elk. But all those trees, they blocked the afternoon sun. Oh, this is an absolutely gorgeous place out here. I am truly in love with being in the forest. Little Jax, he just can't seem to get enough. He just got to go, 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 go. Yeah, so if you're considering this lifestyle, you know, the biggest thing that kind of got me was trying to plan for everything. And you can't plan for everything. Let's face it, life is an unknown. Every day is an unknown. I mean, of course, there are some things that you can do, but on the overall, if you're interested in trying this lifestyle, you know, go camping, go get a tent, go rent an RV, take your vehicle out, go vehicle camping, and see what you think about this lifestyle. For me, personally, this lifestyle has given my life back to me. And like I said, if you are thinking about trying this lifestyle, just keep in mind, if you don't like it, that's a big if you don't like it, you can always go back to living the way that you lived before. And apparently there's some free-ranging cows out here. Well, that concludes our little journey out here today. Let's jump back inside. Say, I just want to tell you all, thank you so much for taking your time to stop by my channel today. It has truly been my pleasure to be able to bring this video to you. And for all of you out there in our community, thank you so much for your support. It has meant the world to me. So until little Jackson and I see you all again, I hope that you all have a truly amazing day. Later.